service. You have HD channels now. Like Super Sport 3 is HD. Like Super Sport Blinks is what? Is HD. National Geography is HD. Discovery channels are HD. Even in some countries, they now have UHD. Sky Sport UHD. You can have quality broadcasting. Is it a few days ago, we were watching a cartoon on Netflix. And my son said, Daddy, this TV is very clear because it's an HDR. The TV is an HDR. And we are watching an HDR cartoon. So you have higher access, higher quality. Although in DSTV, Cartoon Network is also HD. Are you getting with me now? So both in the quality of the content and in the quality of the graphics, you have the two in DTH. Then you also have access to what we call tele services. Sometimes in the past, there is a particular service provider that you can read newspaper on their own. Yes. You can check what we call EPG, Electronic Program Guide. You don't have the program guide, you can check it. When are we having match? DSTV have what we call DSTV Now. That you can check the table, the league table, who is topping the league. All those things, you have access to it on what? On DTH. Those services are now available on what? On DTH. What now are the disadvantages of DTH now? Let me now tell you one funny thing. Advantage of DTT is disadvantage of DTH. There's vice versa. Number one disadvantage of DTH is that it's what is susceptible to rain fade. What do we mean by rain fade? When rain becomes very heavy, rain can what? The attenuation can affect the signal. Although MultiChoice is working towards it in such a way that it's almost, you can eliminate rain fade. It's a disadvantage of that technology, but you can reduce it to the barest minimum by making sure that the quality of your signal is very high and the quality of the LME that you are using is very high. Number two, we have another thing that we call sun flare. Although we don't normally observe this, in few minutes in a day, there is a time that the flare, the angle or the direction of your sun will be in the same inclination with the direction of your signal. Everything will be like 2 minutes or 1 minute. The sun will just pass it. During that time, the noise coming from the sun is very, very high than the signal. Just few seconds or few minutes it pass. That's number two. Number three, it costs more. In your GoTV, you still have GoTV on 900 naira, yes or no? The maximum subscription in GoTV is what? 5,500. You still have that of what? 4,150. We have that one of what? 2,800. We have that of 1,919. But in DTH, the cheapest one starts from 2,000. From 2,000 like this, we have that of what? 3,000. After 3,000, we have that of 5,300. It costs more to have access to DTH. That's one. Number two major disadvantages and advantage to us is that you need a professional installer to get your DTH installed. How many of you were here that day when one woman came? I was saying that the husband have nailed the dish. A Tyler nailing a satellite dish. Instead of facing the east, he went ahead and nailed the dish at the west. He has looked for signal. It was when they were unable to get the signal, that's when they now came. And I said, they will just raise it up and down, left and right.
Front and back.
The major reason is because in satellites, your signal must face a particular direction in terms of elevation and azimuth. Elevation means in up and down, and azimuth means in left and right. In GoTV, you can put your antenna here, it will receive signal. You can still take it and put it here. You can even put it in your sitting room. Even if you are closer to the base station side, you can even decide not to even use antenna at all, and it will work. But in DTH, you must ensure that what your dish faces a particular direction. If rain fall like this and affect the direction of the dish, What will happen? Not you start receiving signal. Yes. Next one is that because most times your dish is at the highest point of electrical contact in your house, it can also bring in high voltage coming from your thunder or your lightning. You will have heard it severally that and the thunder enter through the dish and enter the house and spoil everything. That's why it's, and we are in a place where we have high level of thunder strike in this part. We are in the Equatorial region. So we normally advise our client that you must have a sand earthing system. Sand earthing system to remove excess currents, or you have what? A thunder arrestor. You have a thunder arrestor at what? At the highest peak of your house. Normally your roof is normally your highest peak. That's, you can see that's a thunder arrestor on that building. And that thunder arrestor must be checked at least once every 2 years, because there is something we call ohmage. There is a minimum ohms and maximum ohms that thunder arrestor must be. Anything below it or above it is not working, just for what? Decoration. So you know that the moment there is a thunder strike, it's not destroy anything in your house, it's just go through the arrestor and sink it down to what? To the ground. But the moment that house are not protected electronically, one of the major things that normally gets spoiled is what? Your LNB. Yes, now I'm talking of the satellites. LNB. Like this LNB. Especially there are some houses, the man will say, I don't have money yet to let's shall run the life and the neutral of the house. The arts, they don't run cable for us. So the moment there is little excess strike like this, the LNB don't spoil. I have a man like that. It was until when they repair, they change it, they install another art in the house. That's when they stop. At least twice a year to change it, you go and change this LNB. Because that LNB, that small thing that looks like a ring one, is what is normally the first contact points, electronic contact points in most buildings. This is what we call LNB. For those that doesn't know what an LNB, these are the signs. So your dish will just bounce the signal close to us, to this side. This part is called feed on. Yeah, you have the question. Yes. All you need to do is to know the right frequency, right polarity, and the right symbol rate that you are searching for. You can decide to use multi-choice LNB. You know, DSTV LNB is one of the best LNB, if not the best, one of the best LNB. Sometimes you want to use it for free to you, they say go and get DSTV LNB because we are sure of the quality. Can I move on now? I've given you the advantages and the disadvantages. So can I move on? Let's now move to components of DTH now. What are those components that you take them together and you'll be able to say, I have a DTH in my house. I need to components. DTH. Let me tear this one for the sake of knowledge for you guys. What do you normally call this thing?
Decoder.
No, that one is decoder. You call it a satellite, you call it decoder. But decoding is just one of the functions of what it's a receiver, it's a satellite receiver. But if you go to Alaba and you say, I want to buy a satellite receiver, they go cheat you. You know, as I used to tell you guys that sometimes they have their street name and they have what? Their standard name. So bring the dish. You guys have seen the dish. Yes. So start writing it down. Number one component, you have what? Our LNB. I'll still explain the function of each component one after the other later, but I'm sure it might not be today's class. Number two, we have the F connector. At least everybody here knows what an F connector is. But we'll try one now. F connector. Move to exactly now. We have F connector. Number 3, we have the coaxial cable. Is your coaxial cable that will bring the signal coming from your dish. Like this now. This receiver. These are F connector this time. These are an original F connector. Original pata. One piece of this will cost you around 500 naira. And we have the other type that will cost you, one piece will cost you 30 naira. 50 naira. This one cost you. Even when I was at a particular part of Nigeria, they sold this one for 1,000 naira, just one. Yes, you can remove it and use it. Then this is what we call coaxial cable. At least from the knowledge of CCTV that you guys have, you know that in coaxial cable, the outer part will be insulator. The next one will be what? Foil. Not foil. In aluminium. After aluminium, you have foil. After foil, you have what?
White plastics.
You have what? And you have a separator, which is also what? An insulator. Then you now have what? A single core inside. Am I right or wrong? Right. And that single core will be what? Copper. It means you guys are following. So that's coaxial cable. We'll still talk more on it later. The next we now have, we have what we call our satellite receiver. One of the major functions of this satellite receiver is the intermediate frequency coming from your LMB. It will split it into video, audio, and data. Video, audio, and data. It's that data that multi-choice will use to do what we call conditional access service, or UCSA. That's why when your subscription expires, multi-choice doesn't need to come to your house and cut your wire. It will stop working by itself automatically. After this, we have what we call our visual cables. In this particular decoder, you have your AV. This type of AV that multi-choice use now on DSTV is called what? AV to jack. This is jack.
So can you use this one with the GoTV?
Yes, there are some GoTV nowadays that also AV to jack. It works for each other. You have what? Your HDMI, which is a digital cable. So you can use this to watch what? Your HD channels at HD quality. Next you have.
Are you using the both of those?
You can use both of. Yes. Those that follow me to Elisha today, what happened? We use the AV to carry what? The sound to the home theater, to the sound bar, and HDMI to carry it what? To the TV. So can use both together.
For visual purpose.
The two are visual cables.
But in this case now, you will not plug the red and yellow.
You plug the white and red to your sound system. You now connect this one to what? Or you separate this wire and take this one to the TV, but it will not be as sharp as this. That was why we are asking that the one down there is not sharp as well. We can also use coaxial. When we get there, we'll talk about coaxial. So can I move on? The next we have our remote control unit, RCU, which we normally call remote. It gives you the leverage of not going to your decoder every time. You can be at the comfort of where you are and press your remote. You can also use this remote also to configure your decoder sometimes. The next one we have after that, we have the PSC. That is our power supply unit. And I always say that know something about the power supply unit. This particular power is what? 12 volt, 1.5 amps. Meaning that if this power gets spoiled, I must look for another what? 12 volts, 1.5 amps. We now have two types of head. This particular head, we have what we call the tiny head. They normally call it the big head and the small head. This particular type of decoder use the small head this time. This one will enter. Let me check it and see the big head. You will notice this one can enter it. So sometimes when you are buying it, you must know the particular type. Can you see? Can it enter here?
That one is the small head. This one is the big.
This is the big head. Whereas for the small head, it can enter here. So sometimes when you are replacing this,
First of all, check first.
yes, just check first. Can I move on now? Next thing you need your monitor, your TV screen, where you want to watch your programs. Have your TV screen. But you notice something that all that I've listed now is restricting you to watch only a single TV. For those that followed me to the shout today, there's a TV up there and there's another one down there. That one is called extension. So write component for extensions now. That is, you want to extend what you are watching in one room to other room. I don't mean Buhari other room. Or Tinubu other
I
room.
want to ask a question.
Okay.
Now, in this case of extension, I know you're not watching that, but during the extension now, can someone change the channel? So maybe they are watching something in the, maybe they are watching ball in the living room now, and you're in your personal room, you want to change
You can't.
It's one decoder.
With one decoder you can't. You will need multiple decoders to do that. When we get to MDUs, I may talk about that. Pray that we have hotel jobs. At least I have 2 hotels on ground that we're working on. So if you are fortunate to be available when we are doing the work, you understand what we call MD, multi-dwelling unit, where you can use multiple decoders. So you can watch multiple times. But if it's a single decoder, you can't change it.
Multiple decoders with one dish.
Yes.
But what about the subscription now?
You pay multiple subscription. At that level, what we have something called access charge. When you have a single DSTV, you now want to marry it with another DSTV, 2 decoders. On one decoder, you'll be paying the normal subscription. On the other one, you'll be paying what we call access charge. So that's 2,950 now. It's not 2,950. So to this one as well. But the 2 decoders must be beside each other because we have something called heartbeat. When we get to the technical part of it, there must be a bit going from the primary decoder to the secondary decoder, where it not work. Hope you guys
Can there be more than 2 decoders?
you can have more than 2
And
decoders.
it must all be on.
You are not yet there. You just confuse
This
yourself.
cable, assuming you are using this cable to run your transmitter to your receiver,
Yeah.
and it's not, the length is not enough.
Yes.
So, can you join it?
Thank you very much. I'm expecting that question initially, but we are not yet on cable. I will answer you to solve your curiosity. If you join it, we don't encourage joining cables. Although one thing you can do is you can pin it before joining it. But you will notice that most time when you join it, channels TV will not come up. Sometimes when it come up, it will be skipping. You'll be having one